Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come In at Night.
Mostly.
All right. Well, before we get into another Don Doler banger,
Another Don Doler joint.
yeah, go to our YouTube, or just anywhere you find podcasts.
Go to our web zones.
Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. Search us up if it's the first time listening, or if you haven't subscribed, maybe go ahead and subscribe. Follow us, give us a like, comment. If you want, you can suggest stuff. We usually do suggestions every 5 episodes, so if you like what you're hearing, you can have more of it.
You can, yeah.
And if you're new, you have over 200 episodes to listen to anyway. So
you have so much content to subject yourself to.
But yeah, if you're thinking like, hey, I really like how these guys review movies, let's throw a suggestion their way. We will get to it, I promise.
Yeah, if there's something, you want to give a suggestion for, go ahead. As long as we can get a hold of it.
Yeah.
I
mean, even if you want to try and get in contact with us and somehow send a copy or something like that, that's okay too. But anyway, we really appreciate you guys listening. Welcome to our new listeners. Let's get into it. The Galaxy Invader.
What is it that you said, Will, after this ended? I'm not happy.
Don Doler is a little notorious on this podcast.
Well, we have a term that we use. Repeat offender.
Yeah. And this is Don Doler. This is our 4th movie we've watched by him.
Movie of his.
And honestly, I would argue, and I know, spoiler alert, probably, for me at least, worst movie by him yet. He's not known for making good movies.
No,
if you listen to any of our other stuff like Night Beast or
Alien
Factor or Fiend, they're not good movies in the slightest. He's never really captured us.
No. I'm not sure he's capable of making anything even remotely decent.
We're not Doler heads. I can tell you that. We're definitely anti-Doler.
We're not Dole whipped over here.
My Dole whips. Yeah, we're not Dole whipped. So this is probably the worst. Yeah. It's probably the most offensively bad film he's made, because at least the other ones are slightly entertaining. There's something going on.
Yeah.
The creature design is really fucking stupid, but there's at least something entertaining happening. And
this is just
this one just nothing. Nothing happens in this movie. I don't get how are we supposed to feel?
Bored.
Well, and there's no big climax either.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Well, here's the big issue, and it's funny because Don Doler is the most original man ever.
Yes.
Because we've had 3 movies, including this one so far, where it basically is an alien crashes on Earth and rednecks deal with it.
That's it, yeah.
And
that's it's his modus operandi.
Yeah.
He can't help it. He has to make this kind of movie.
He has to do it. Fiend was the one outlier, but Fiend was boring as shit. But the stupid thing here is, in his other 2 alien joints, the aliens were evil. So they killed people, right? In this one, not really.
No, I mean, so the alien's not really that evil, but it does kill people. It's weird.
You could argue
that it was provoked.
It's self-defense, because they did come at the alien with a knife.
That's true, but it's
but if
he goes for a misunderstood alien in this one, and it just doesn't work
because Don Doler is too brain dead for that.
Well, and I get it. It's okay, make an alien it's only killing people because it's defending itself. It's trying to I get that whole concept. I understand what they were trying to go for, but again, it's Don Doler, so he can't do it.
He's too brain dead for that.
He can't do it. And so
that's why Don Doler needs to stick with just alien crashes to Earth and it's evil and it fucks shit up. Because if he doesn't, you get this, and instead It's like a fucking after-school special about the dangers of alcoholism and only having one shirt.
Yeah, that's literally what it's about, really. Like, just happens to have an alien in it.
It's just aliens in the background, and there's a fucking orb.
It's
like
like
balloon.
his most like soapy, like drama filled movie, and it's just so fucking stupid, dude.
Like the basic gist of this is there is this dad. He's a drunk.
Well, so at first, I guess we'll get into it because, fine, whatever. You roll clip credits, you get all the fucking actors and shit.
Oh, you're trying to go about this chronologically?
No, it doesn't matter because I'm just trying to explain. Like, we get an idea of who this dad is in the beginning because his daughter's going to see an older guy, I guess, or like
boyfriend.
a bad boy, and like
No,
he's not really.
His argument is.
Oh
that,
no, he hates the family. He doesn't
Yeah.
hate the kid. Well, a kid. You can't even call him a kid. He looks like he's fucking like 40 years old.
He looks like fucking He looks like Magnum PI.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be like, I don't know how old he's supposed to be. Like
So,
20. I don't fucking know.
Anyway, she like starts calling him an alcoholic and a drunk and all
This
this.
is all
like,
factual.
And he's a dick. He's a fucking asshole the entire movie. So he slaps her across the face and she runs away and
Be with this guy.
she's going to run away into his arms and the dad doesn't like that. So he grabs a shotgun and starts chasing his own daughter
To shoot
with
her.
a shotgun to like threaten to kill her. You know, like a good dad does.
Yeah, and this is basically your villain.
Yeah, so this is the villain. This is like you get an idea of like this dude is not a good dude. There's no redemption, and if you're thinking now there's a redemption arc, there is not.
No, there's
no redeeming this man because he is supposed to be the bad guy of the movie.
Which is, again, in theory, that's fine, but it's a Don Doler movie.
Well, yeah, okay, so it could work, right?
Yeah,
If anyone else was making this movie,
if someone with more brain cells,
it could work. You could do an alien movie where it's less about like the alien and you think the alien is super threatening, but it's really the alcoholic dad.
it's the human.
And like, but again, in any other movie, you would maybe like build up to that, right? Build up to the dad being the monster instead of the alien. You would like keep it hidden that you think everything is being perpetrated by this horrific alien monster, but it's really the alcoholic dad.
Well,
This is a Don Doler movie, so
at the very least, Will, if 90% of your movie consists of boring domestic drama, at the very least, a good director, the writing has to be better. The acting has to be better for that. Even the directing, even just filming two people talking in a room, you have to do something more.
let's just call a spade a spade. Everything has to be better.
Yeah.
Everything has to be not made by Don Doler.
Because once you're stepping out of just making a genre movie, the expectations are a little different, so to speak.
I'm just gonna get this out of the way. It's probably one of the ugliest looking movies I've seen on this podcast in quite a while.
In quite a while, which is funny because our last movie was also very ugly, but man, movie compared to this, that movie looks like a fucking like David Fincher film or some shit.
Like Don Doler does not like using camera, like anything camera related, because he'll just like it's a still like shot.
Camera
every
on
time.
tripod.
Every single time.
And there's no like creative editing or anything you would think in a movie.
Yeah.
It's just not there. It's not there. It looks like a fucking movie made in like the 50s. Like
it really
a bad
does.
50s like sci-fi where it's just basic, flat, and just like this movie is, I'm not joking, it's exhausting to watch.
It really is. It's hard. I struggled to get through it.
Like there's nothing to like for your eyes to get excited about. So you watch this movie and you just kind of like it almost like puts you to sleep. Like I'm not joking. If I didn't have to
which is funny because I've fallen
did.
asleep at a Don Doler movie.
and you tried harder not to fall asleep during this garbage fest.
Yeah.
But if you were watching this alone, you would either turn it off in 10 minutes or you would fall asleep.
It might be good. Yeah. I mean, you could put this on to go to sleep too. I could see that.
Nothing happens that would like wake you up.
Let's go
Really?
through. Let's go through what happens. Okay.
Well,
How about we do this? So yeah.
Well, after you get the exciting scene that you were mentioning, where the alien shows up in some couple's basement.
This is never mentioned again, and we don't even know who this couple is.
No, it's in their basement. They hear a noise. Guy grabs a knife. They walk down there, and they have a very, very awkward slap fight. And the alien apparently kills them. Apparently.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
The alien just slaps them and then
That's
runs away. But now, okay, so now as they're running through, so he's chasing the daughter.
Yeah.
The daughter goes through the woods. You see the green man. So instead of the dad chasing the daughter, he decides to shoot the alien.
He shoots it, and
But he shoots off this like weird orb thing. It's like a balloon.
it's a balloon with a light in it.
And so
And he takes it,
the
and
alien
he's
runs
like,
away,
I'm
and
gonna
he's
be
like,
rich.
"Oh, I'm gonna be rich. You know what? Who cares about my daughter? Let's go sell this shit." So he goes back to the house, shows his son, which is hilarious because his son looks about the same age as he does.
His son might be like 5 years younger.
It is hilarious because he keeps calling him boy.
No, he's clearly supposed to be the son.
Well, I know, I know, but like,
But
you would
it's
call
just
someone
not.
like young boy, right?
Well, at the very least, I mean, if the dad is like 50,
is this dude supposed to be like a teenager? Because there is no shot.
no fucking way, dude.
Like, I've seen some fucking weird shit with like 90s movies using like 30-year-olds as teenagers.
Yeah, but at least
this
30-year-olds.
This is a bit of a stretch.
30-year-olds can look youthful.
Well, yeah, exactly.
This dude?
They can have younger looking features, but this dude literally looks like he's in his 40s.
I'm not joking.
And so does the
At
dad.
Youngest, mid-40s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is funny because it's the son.
It's the son.
And he's always dressed in like the same thing his dad's
Everyone in
dressed
this movie is dressed the same. Same outfits every day.
So they go back and they look at this orb and they're like, "Oh, well, we gotta let's show it to this like rich guy in town, this like rich redneck that smokes
This
cigars."
fucking guy.
So he comes over and looks at the orb and they're like, "Well, you could probably make a lot of money off this, but we could make even more money if we catch the alien."
The green man.
You've never heard this before, where they like try and catch the alien to make money. It's never happened in cinema.
This
is original.
is the most original man.
This is the most original plot I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, Don Doler is the most original filmmaker.
So original that he literally, like, I guess, just lost the script at this point because basically all that happens... I can't even believe this, dude. So all that happens is they like, form a posse at a bar. I'm skipping a lot of stuff, but it doesn't fucking matter.
This is all empty, yeah. It's
It's all
nonsense.
just like stupid bullshit dialogue about the dad being an alcoholic and the other redneck is an alcoholic, and it's just all this bullshit. So they form a posse. They're going out at night. So they go out at night to hunt this alien, and we get a bunch of scenes that you can't even comprehend because
them
it's
chasing
like
the alien around.
I mean, it's not day for night, which I guess I can commend, but like, I wish you could see anything.
Nope.
And so they finally confront the alien. Oh no, wait, no, sorry. Toy. I totally skipped it. So this is after the fucking son gets attacked by the alien and gets the orb back.
Oh yeah, the alien steals the orb from him. Yeah.
So this is what happens, right? So the son is supposed to lock up the orb, hears a noise, gets poked by the fucking alien. Like passes out. The alien gets the orb back. So then they form a posse. They go out.
The alien never uses that poking thing again, by the way.
No, he uses a gun now.
That is specifically attached in power to his orb.
So they have a huge shootout. They finally catch the alien. They get the orb back.
Okay, can you repeat that? Huge
They-
shootout? You say that.
Huge shootout.
I don't want people to think like, like this is Heat or something. Okay, this is
Okay, for
Not
this
that.
movie, it's the only like action scene you get.
it's literally just a bunch of rednecks shooting at nothing, and then an alien shoots a ray gun.
You know what it kind of reminded me of? Remember, was it Alone in the Dark that had that scene where they're just shooting at like the monster trying to like hit it and then like
No,
not
this is
hitting it
better
at all?
because at least in this there is an actual alien in it.
Yeah,
The Alone in the Dark scene didn't have anything.
yeah,
It
they're
was
just
just them
shooting,
shooting
at
at
nothing.
nothing. While Louis Bowl put some fucking music over it. In this, the alien just shoots firecrackers at them.
It's
and-
like
and they
it looks like a
occasionally fall.
Roman candle. Like they just
Yeah.
fired off a Roman candle. It hits a couple of the rednecks. They die. Then they finally capture the alien. They get the orb back, and the alien is being stored. Well, so we should also mention there's a professor and a kid,
Yeah.
and they're like investigating this because the kids saw the fireball come down to Earth, and so they want to like investigate the alien.
They're the good guys
Because
because they
they're
don't
like-
want to.
They're curious about the unknown, and
they're-
they want to help the alien.
They don't want it to be captured and sold
So
or whatever.
they follow the rednecks back to the garage. They free the alien, give the orb back. Are you noticing a? So here we go. Here's the timeline. The alien loses the orb, gets the orb back,
Loses it again.
loses the orb again.
Yeah.
Now he's getting it back,
And then he loses it
and then he loses it again.
because he gets shot. Yeah. And then
Yeah, because they start running away.
because the fucking dickhead dad shoots the professor.
Yes, and the
then-
kid is not traumatized in the slightest. He
Alien-
just feels bad.
The alien kills the fucking like.
Do you remember that line? I don't know. I just feel bad.
I don't feel good.
Yeah,
That's what he
like,
says,
like that. I don't feel good. Well, you just saw like your professor get shot in the back.
Just get murdered by some alcoholic.
Well, he also so in another just random dickhead scene, he tries to like put the moves on the fucking like. So the rich redneck guy.
This is way later that you're describing, but yeah. I
Well,
know what
okay,
you're
so
talking
yeah, but like this is when the professor dies, and then the alien shoots the rich redneck guy, Custer.
Yeah.
He shoots Custer. Custer dies, and the fucking dad is like, "Well, shit, I got to get that orb still." And then
So he gets it, yeah.
he gets the orb. Wow, he gets the orb back from the alien.
The alien, that, like, night or whatever, it comes back and then scares the daughter and then runs away.
It comes back for the orb, but then fails because the daughter scares it. I don't understand because it's literally killed people at this point.
At this point, also, the rest of the family is, like, formulating a plan to...
Like confront the dad.
and take away the orbs. The orb and the ray gun.
So
from the
they
dad.
have a master plan of they're gonna. Oh my god, I fucking hate this. So their master plan is so they go meet the boyfriend out in
Before
the middle.
this, though.
Yeah, before
The,
this. So this
at
is
some
when
point.
this is when he like puts the moves
Yeah,
on
because
the.
they all leave.
So Custer has like a hot girlfriend that everyone wants, and so the dad tries to force himself on her.
Yeah, she comes to the house like, "Where's Custer?" And
And then he's like, he's out in the woods, but you got me now, baby. Like, blah, blah,
Let's
blah.
do it,
Let's
baby.
do it. Like, oh, you got me now. You don't
then
need him.
She fights him off, and he shoots her with the ray gun.
Yep, and then drags her
Yeah.
body, God knows where. She's never mentioned ever again. And
cares?
so now
Who the
their,
fuck cares?
their master plan is they go meet the boyfriend out in the woods. So he's
Yes.
like, okay, tomorrow morning we're gonna meet here.
No, they literally say, "Let's go confront him right now."
Yeah, so yeah, that's right. Well, they met him before because
Yeah.
like he was gonna.
Well, they met him before, and then he said, "Okay, tomorrow morning, let's all meet in the woods and we'll talk."
So they met they meet him in just randomly in the woods, coming from the. Okay, so here's how this scene goes. They go from the house where the dad is, right?
Yes.
They go into the woods to meet the boyfriend.
Yes.
The boyfriend says, "Let's go back to the house."
And confront him.
So couldn't okay. I know this is a stretch for
It is a
Don
stre-
Doler.
Yeah, it's
okay?
a stretch for him.
This
okay?
is a stretch for Don Doler. Couldn't they have just cut out the middleman and met at the house?
Apparently not, because we needed to waste like 4 minutes of our time. But no, they
Because
don't.
also one of the daughters is like, I don't want to go. Blah, blah,
That's also
blah."
useless because
Nothing happens with
so-
that.
no, they go with the daughter. She follows them out, and then literally like 10 feet away from where they meet the guy, she's like, I don't want to go, and just hugs a tree.
And then they come back.
They meet with the guy, and they're like, let's go back and confront the dad. They go back 10 feet. They go back. They meet the daughter again, and they're like, please, we need you. She's like, okay. That's done.
So they go back, and the dad is passed out on the couch, and they're like, "Ooh, it could be easier than I thought." If you've noticed that this doesn't sound like a sci-fi movie, it's because it's really not.
Barely. They take the orb and the ray gun, and they're gonna give it to the alien. And so they run.
Well, they run deep into the woods. They've been running like 15 minutes at this point, right?
The dad wakes up.
The dad wakes up, grabs a shotgun, and like literally within like 1 minute, catches up to them.
He catches up to them, gets his shit back.
Oh my god!
Shoots the alien, kills it, and then the boyfriend or whatever and the dad start fighting.
Yeah, so they're fighting, they're tussling, and like the dad is throwing some questionable punches.
Everyone in this movie throws questionable punches.
And this is like a weak, scrawny old man. I don't know how he overpowers every single person.
Every human being he encounters in this fucking movie.
He has like super strength or something.
Listen, that fucking alcohol strength, I guess, is real.
But he's not the only one with strength because he's on top of the fucking guy.
Oh my god! So this whole scene, by the way, they want you to believe that they're on top of like a cliff.
It shows the cliff, but it's just like a little hill.
No, in this where they film it, it's like a 3-foot drop. Okay,
if that.
And they're hanging over this, and then because the dad drops his shotgun. See, the mom. She picks it up. And then we get a fucking slow-mo bullshit scene.
Well, it's like cut. It keeps showing
it from a martial arts movie where they like
shows it from like different angles and slow-mo.
You know in like martial arts movies when someone does a really cool move and they do it in slow motion and you see like multiple angles? That's cool. This is not that.
This is like the opposite of that.
But the funniest thing, there's actually two things that are hilarious, but the first one was so funny that I almost stopped paying attention and almost missed the second, is when she finally gets to where she's going to hit his head.
She like stops.
You see her stop.
Well,
and they cut. And then you see her stop again.
Well, it's supposed to like show her like hitting him on the head with this, right? But like she stops completely.
Slows down and stops.
It does not ever connect with his head.
Never.
Ever. But then
you see 3 angles of her slowing down and stopping.
But when it
and it's already in slow motion.
Well, when it shows the next scene of him falling off the cliff, you thought she would have like falcon punched him off the fucking cliff.
You see a completely different location, by the way, and you just see some fucking goon throws a dummy. It looks like they fucking launched it off of a trebuchet or something.
Seriously, like, we're supposed to believe that she hit him so fucking hard that she went flying.
It looks like he got fucking catapulted off of a fucking cliff. And it's just a dummy.
By a little granny fucking shotgun tap.
I lost my shit. Oh, God.
This dude literally like fucking looks like he got shot out of a fucking cannon off this cliff. Just fucking flies down this cliff. And then it shows him at the bottom of the 3-foot cliff dead.
And then, they all look down, all sad. It shows the dead alien and it cuts to credits. And I was like, they really fucking killed the alien.
They did.
How embarrassing.
So the alien does not fucking matter in this movie.
Nothing matters.
That's all I got. And yes, it's a short review, but like, holy fuck, there's nothing here. There's just like
there is one thing. The most important thing about this movie
What?
is in the opening credits. It tells us that the special effects were done by something called the Cracker Factory.
The Cracker Factory.
It's very fitting for this movie. I'm just going to leave it at that.
The Cracker Factory?
Yeah, it's very fitting.
Well, I just love how it's like literally like it took 3 people to write this script.
Apparently.
Apparently 3 people. Don Doler needed help from 2 other people to do additional story beats. So
What does that even mean? What story?
I don't fucking know. Because all it is alien crash lands, loses an orb. Then he gets the orb. Then he loses the orb. Then he gets the orb. And then fucking dad bad. That's it.
Alcohol.
That's it. Like, it's just orb, alcohol.
Yes. That's it.
That is literally all that fucking happens in this movie. It is brain dead.
And it goes without saying that, you know, alien factor, I mean, the alien outfit in that literally looked like a burnt piece of toast. So that was shit. This looks even worse than that. This is the special effects or the fucking costume, whatever.
The costume's dumb because it's just fucking like
he's wearing fucking
like
seatbelts.
Like a parachute fucking like harness.
It's literally a human harness. It's supposed to be an alien. It's wearing a human harness. Like, you couldn't even try.
And you put the orb in the middle of the harness where his like dick is. Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's how low effort this is.
And in some scenes he does have a little holster, but it's like a bag. It's literally like this hanging bag off of a fucking like just
there's nothing.
This
it's
movie's
so low effort.
Dumb. It's so lazy.
It's exhausting is what it is. It's just like, listen. Like I said, this is the 4th movie of this fucking guy that we've watched. And every single one of them, they've been low effort and lazy as hell. But this is next level.
But don't worry, there's a special credit. The guy who plays Custer, he picked out his own hat. So the hat literally gets its own credit. Because they thought that was funny, apparently, that a hat got its own credit.
Here's what's funny. Well, it's like poetry in this case. See, because Don Doler, he keeps making movies and it doesn't get any better. He just still sucks. Well, the guy who plays Custer I think he was in every single other movie we've watched of Don Doler's. And it's like poetic. Rhymes. Because he also, apparently, doesn't get any better as an actor. Because he sucked in all the other movies, and in this one, he decides to have an accent in like one scene.
Yeah, literally one scene.
And drops it for every other scene.
But don't worry, the dad has like a weird, like...
The dad sounds like alcoholic like Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart, yeah. Like, dude, I don't know. This movie's fucking stupid. Like, it just... It's almost insulting.
It is, no, it is. It's embarrassing.
It really is. Like, Don Doler should be embarrassed. I don't know if he's still alive, but he should be embarrassed of this one.
I was embarrassed to watch this.
Yeah, because it's so fucking low effort. There's nothing here.
Yeah, it's just...
I don't know why it took 3 fucking people to write this shit. I am still trying to wrap my head around why 3 fucking troglodytes decided to fucking, like, make this movie.
I can only imagine, like, at the most 2. Because you have Don Doler, he writes his stupid alien shit. And then writer number 2 writes the alcohol stuff.
Yeah.
But 3? Did they 2 big brains to write the alcohol stuff?
They're like, how about we have him lose the orb and then find it like 5 times?
No, the third guy was like, listen, you got your alien and you got your alcoholic dad, but we need something else. We need a MacGuffin.
Orb.
Boom.
But the orb controls the blaster. We forgot to mention that, but it doesn't really matter.
But it doesn't matter because...
Well, and sometimes if you poke it with a really long stick...
They do it once.
It lights on fire.
It explodes for some reason. And that never happens again.
I have no idea why. It doesn't
Apparently,
explain shit.
If the orb is not next to the gun and you activate it, it explodes.
Now, why is this called the Galaxy Invader? I don't know.
Because it kind of invaded the galaxy. Our galaxy. But see, the real Galaxy Invader is alcohol.
Yes. It invades everything.
It invades all of our galaxies.
Alcohol, bad.
Message as we have a podcast where we consume beer. Or in this case, seltzer, because we are stereotypical millennials.
Yeah.
This movie. Boy.
I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, I'm just going to shitty to pretty. I just want to get this over with.
Shitty to pretty? You know what? Because I can't, and because I guess I did laugh a 2.
Yeah, that's generous.
But that's generous. This is not.
I was ready to give it a 1, but I did the fucking end with the granny fucking like multiple shots, like fucking trebucheting this fucking guy off a cliff.
He really thought he was doing something.
I just don't get it. She like barely taps him on the fucking back of the head. She doesn't.
Yeah.
But like it's made to show like she just fucking kaboomed him off that fucking cliff.
I'm just like, he really thought he was doing something by going slow-mo and showing like 7 different angles of this shit. Like, what is this, a Bruce Lee movie? Like, give me a fucking break, dude.
Yeah, but like,
it's a fucking $0.
This is not the guy to be doing those kind of scenes. This is Don Dohler.
It's Don Dohler.
He doesn't fucking do it right.
Donnie, why?
It just looks stupid. It looks like it's like a student film, like you'd film in like high school.
Because any other director, you cut before she stops.
Or you don't show it from that angle. You show it from the front.
Yeah. But yeah, because like the fact that you slow-mo.
The fact that you can literally see it not connect with his fucking head.
Multiple times
is like, it's so brain dead that I cannot comprehend it. My brain is leaking trying to figure out why he thought that looked really good.
Because anybody else would have been like, no, we can't do that.
Be like, you gotta show it from a different angle. You gotta do something because that looks like dog shit.
Even if you didn't have that choice, even if it's like, okay, we filmed it, it's done. Okay, you're in the editing room, and you're like, shit, you can see her stop. Fuck, what do we do? Just cut like half a second
literally
off.
Seconds before that.
Just cut half a second off and boom.
We know what's happening. You don't have to show the entire fucking scene.
We know what's happening.
We're not dum-dums.
We're not
We're not fucking Don Dohler. We're not smooth-brained idiots like Don Dohler thinks we are.
We need to see it.
We need to see it connect very slowly.
Oh, I can't believe it.
But again, he gets circus kaboomed off the fucking like cliff. It's a different cliff, so that was hilarious. It's not even remotely the same cliff.
It's like
he didn't even try and make it look the same.
No, it's not even there's no attempt at all.
They just went to a different cliff and just like threw this shitty dummy off of this cliff.
The other funny thing is, because earlier you see the shots of like the cliff, quote unquote, right? And it's just like a tiny little 3-foot drop and then forest after it, right? But when you see him get cannoned off the cliff,
there's no forest.
There's no forest. It's like a mining like quarry or some shit. Like a steep drop and just nothing after it. Like there's no fucking attempt at even trying to connect these 2 fucking locations.
No.
How fucking brain dead can you be?
You know,
very.
Don Dohler is that.
He finds new ways of sucking.
He really does. Like, you'd think by this point, you know,
4 movies.
Some directors go in like a direction where it's like they get better as they figure out how to direct movies, right?
They perfect their craft or whatever.
Yeah, and they like peak, and then sometimes they make shit after that.
Yeah.
Don Dohler has not peaked. He just plateaued and then made a fucking like just nosedived.
Just this is garbage.
Like his other movies are not good. Like
no,
do not mistake me, but like holy shit, this was like the most insufferable Don Dohler movie I've watched to date.
It just doesn't have enough content.
There's nothing here.
There's not enough content to justify it.
And the alien is fucking dumb, so I don't care.
Yeah, there's no carnage.
There's one scene of blood. One, and it's barely he's bleeding on the cheek.
They just poured some syrup on his cheek.
That's it. That's the only blood you see in the entire movie.
Like Night Beast, in the first like 10 minutes, it like chops a guy's hand off.
Yeah.
That's a dumb garbage movie, but at least you had carnage.
You had something. You didn't get Galaxy Invader. That's what's important.
That is important.
If you do want to watch it, I do not know why you would, and I do not recommend you do. But
you should watch it.
But you should watch at least the end scene. It is on YouTube. Just search the Galaxy Invader. We watched it on a channel called Watch Now. Has 38,000 people have seen this potentially. Or
Okay,
at least
but
started the 15 minutes.
I think out of those 38,000, maybe 1% watched past 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
They probably saw the thumbnail, clicked it, were like, oh, this sucks. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
I wish we
Listen.
could have done that, but we do have a podcast where we review these, so we gotta do
No
something.
quitting.
Nah, we can't
No
quit.
goddamn
We
quitting.
can't quit.
Yeah.
So that was the Galaxy Invader. I'm done. Sorry for the short review, but there's nothing here.
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
Yeah. So for They Mostly Come Out at Night, this has been Will.
This has been Alex.
We will talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Going back to my cracker factory.
Oh my God. Cracker Factory is gone.